Hey guys, welcome back to some more Mega Man 3. We have one more person joining us for this one, so go ahead and introduce yourself with Giggity Man.
Very funny. Hi guys, my name's KK. How are you guys doing?
I'm questioning whose edits are more random, mine or Lester's.
Depends on the game.
I'm questioning which is more frustrating, YouTube's buffering or YouTube's buffering.
Or YouTube's glitches. Today I had the weirdest glitch where I couldn't do any kind of customization on my channel. I don't know why, but
Or I've been having this annoying glitch where YouTube just somewhat suddenly ends, and it literally, like, sometimes the time frame will literally say 2 minutes and 12 seconds, and I was like, wait a second, that didn't say that before.
Yeah, I get that. It's like watching a 30-minute video, 2 minutes long. What's wrong here? But yeah, the reason why I just kind of did the edit of Giggity Man is because we had that common joke in the group where we kept on calling Hard Man Giggity Man, especially during Mega Man 2 Game Boy playthrough, so it fits. It fits. Giggity!
For some reason, I don't recall that.
I remember. But hey, that's his name, pretty much. Hard Man, I think it's pretty suggestive.
But then again, if Kevin was the one who came up with it, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, I think it was.
It's just hard. There's
It was
nothing.
more of a homage to him, in all honesty.
Kevin, you need to be in more videos.
It's hard. Hardman is probably my favorite Robot Master in this game, especially for his stage theme, but my goodness, I find him frustrating.
Yeah, the fight
Are
with
you
Proto Man
talking about in terms of look, the way he fights, or the stage design?
No, just mostly.
Oh, it's the stage design.
Okay, because I already made my point clear. Sparkman stage is my favorite stage in the game, so...
Mine too! Just because of how, like, snazzy it looks. I don't know if that's the right word for it.
No, that's
Can you
fitting.
describe it?
And how beautifully structured it is.
Yes. If it's one mushroom away from an acid trip. Oh wait, wrong game.
Also, if you go down all of the hallways using the top spin, it makes for very nice transitions.
Oh yeah, I'll have to do that sometime.
Anytime you get Mega Man doing a pirouette, of course it's gonna make as a good transition. But I honestly think this is probably the hardest fight with Proto Man, only because of the terrain being so different compared to the other fights. And all the other fights except one,
Lester,
it's
you never
pretty
bring
much
hard into
flat.
the equation. You don't use the word hard into any equation with Breakman at all.
well, he's so easy nonetheless, but out of all of them, that's the hardest fight, which is not saying much.
Stop using that word!
It just says not saying much.
It's the only one that presents a real problem. Are
Look,
you happy
Hardman.
now?
Look, Hard Man. He's not hard, but he's hard.
Yes, he is. I find him to be really frustrating.
Come in with full health and just nail him down with the Buster and cheese him that way, and you'll be fine.
He's one of these
Cheese him that way.
No.
It takes a while.
Absolutely no.
And
Doing a perfect run, on the other hand, yeah, it's hard.
oh, and by the way, you know how I talk we had in the beginning of YouTube completely crashing the videos? I'm looking up my playthrough right now because it did that to me. Give me a moment. Yeah, the person who hosts this actually needs to find this stuff.
Seems to me that Lester's having this problem more than anybody else so far.
It's mostly YouTube's issue happening to me now.
I blame YouTube for everything.
Alright, so what's the time? What's the time?
3,
I didn't get my mail, I blame YouTube.
6, 27, 28, 29, 330, 331, Snake Man, 333,
Thanks.
330.
I don't know why I didn't just load up my raw part, but you know, I took the chance with YouTube's player to see how well it works. Nope.
Season 4 came out shortly after I bought a PS3. I blame YouTube.
At least, like, the shockwave or flash didn't, like, crash all of a sudden. That would have been just really bad.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised at this rate. It happens.
It happens to me, like, all the time now. I have no idea why.
We're in the point of the game now, we have a choice of 3 different Robot Masters to go for, but all 3 of these guys we don't have their weakness for yet. It's kind of a triangle system. So, I'm going with Snake Man first, because I find it easier.
Two main weakness loops.
Snake Man.
Yeah,
So,
I think Snake Man's easier out of the 3 just a buster only, so that's why I go here first.
Are you
Although
sure?
his weakness,
by the easiest, and by the
And
easiest to
Magnet.
buster, we mean the least painful.
exactly. Because he's
I thought it
too
was-
difficult.
Magnet Man and Top Man. What?
Well, yeah, but out of this trio of different Robot Masters we have left, Snake Man's probably the easiest out of the 3 to try to buster. But he's
So
not
much
the easiest
green.
to buster.
So much green. Guess the person who designed this never heard of interior design. Goodness.
Well, they just went through scales everywhere.
Pretty much. Vomit of scales. That
Not
makes
all
sense.
snakes are green though. There are yellow scales. There's orange scales. There's oh my gosh. There's tie-dyed scales. I wonder how that would look like. That'd be pretty snazzy.
Be trippy, that's for sure.
You're snazzy.
I just wish it wasn't so green.
Which
Sounds
These
like
were
green
lava.
equals our
These were
menu.
cheese.
What's wrong with the stage being green around the gills every once in a while?
Yeah.
Well, at least we get some blue at the end of the stage.
That is true.
Then some gray.
A little bit late for that. Your eyes are already bleeding with green. Would fit very well with the Celtics for some reason.
I would imagine so. I mean, that's their color after all.
Why are we doing this commentary on St. Patrick's Day?
I don't know.
Oh, it's St. Patrick's Day?
I'm happy that
I didn't even realize.
I'm happy to hold this footage off until then, but I don't know
No,
what's
a
gonna
better
happen
question to be asking
Last
is,
time I
wait,
checked,
that
that
holiday
was in
still exists?
October, so that might not be the best idea.
I don't think it's in October. No, that's pretty far away.
Hey, they're totally not bullet bill enemy guys, though we saw enemies that looked a lot more like bullet bills in the first game, but whatever.
Pretty much.
Trying to copy them.
Just this game, they tried to cover them up with clouds, so...
Also, I hate this section because if you just simply stand on top of those structures with the clouds coming in, you'll glitch off and fall off.
Yeah, this is the glitchiest part of the whole entire level. It's just
Or
terrible. That's why I always
Game in general.
Yeah, this is why I always jump on those platforms, because I'm so paranoid to fall off. I just keep on jumping to make sure I don't. It's that bad, but... if you can do that, not that big of a deal. It just takes a couple tries your first time.
Lester, why aren't you using the center platform?
Because actually, this is going to be easier for me. Because I take a lot more hits. You know, I take
Oh,
here.
it prevents you from getting hurt because contact damage from Snake Man does ridiculous amounts for
Yes,
whatever.
it does. That's why I try to take the hits from the snakes if I can, but that's not always possible.
He's gonna come at you, bro. He's gonna come at you.
Sadly, Mega Man 3 is the last game in
my
the series.
strategy is Flashman all over again.
Sadly, Mega Man 3 is the last game in the series to have its own victory music.
True, after that, it's pretty stock generic for the rest of the series.
Which is a disappointment.
Yeah, they don't change that up quite a lot anymore, unfortunately.
Except for on the Game Boy games, I think, maybe.
Yeah, it surprises me why the Game Boy games don't get so much love like they used to back in the day.
Well, I think it's because of how more obscure they are to people nowadays.
Wait a second, they got a lot of love at the time they were released?
What is this? Is this a Game Boy? What is that? What are floppy disks? Disks. Oh my god, we're...
Records? I never heard of that.
What are crappy DOS games?
Cartridges? Discs.
Yes. Soon there
Speaking of
won't
which,
be
I
even
got a hold of
discs.
some rare NES games just recently. I got a hold of the first two Castlevania games and DuckTales.
Oh, that's awesome. Castlevania for the win. It's
Indeed.
so underrated, I think,
Oh,
actually.
What,
The
two?
first one?
No, just
Yeah.
Castlevania in general.
Yeah, just Castlevania, yeah. It's not a lot, not enough
I
fans.
don't know. 4's kind of got that vibe where it overshadows a lot of the games.
Oh,
Mm.
it's because mostly the controls, so maybe people praise it because of that.
Which
Oh, Lester.
I can appreciate it for controls, but I felt the game should have been designed around that concept more than just being a whole rehash of the just being designed the way most other Castlevania games usually are. They should have complemented that design a little bit better, in my opinion.
Also, Lester, when you got to that encounter with Breakman there, or Proto Man, did you intentionally jump short so that you didn't fall through the platform?
I didn't know you can fall through it like that, but no, I was just doing that because I was
If you
sliding on the
jump-
screen.
If you jump high enough, you can fall through the platform and go on with the rest of the level, and once Proto Man's whistle finishes, it then loops, like, to play the whole theme, and then the music just stops for the rest of the stage.
Well, now I know what to do next time I play this game then.
Teaching our viewers how to glitch. Thank you. Oh gosh.
Thank you, old NES game, for having that in.
I
Indeed.
found it weird how every time somebody records Mega Man off the Virtual Console, the contrast of the playthroughs are always darker for some reason.
Well, that's the thing, because all NES games on the Virtual Console are in their original coloring, but they're a little brighter because of different signals. Like, component is brighter than the composite signal, luckily. but it keeps its original contrast and colors, which I do like. It makes some of the other games like Mario Bros. Look a lot better on the Virtual Console than ports/emulators.
That is true.
And that is why I'm not doing computer engineering, because I hardly understood most of that.
Pretty much NES Virtual Console games keep them pretty much intact color. Everything else brightens it up quite a lot, and there goes
Boing.
Rush. Yeah.
Sadly,
Go,
this is the only
Rush
stage
Marine,
that has... Sadly, this and the makeover of this stage is the only real use for Rush Marine, honestly.
That and Wily Stage 1.
I find it better
Even
for
then, but even then, that section's so short it barely even counts.
Yeah, well, those 3 sections are the only 3 sections in the game where there's actual water to use this thing. Other than that, Rush Marine, you don't,
If you don't
use anywhere
want
else.
to use it there, it's just best.
Memory needs some more love.
Well, I do just to show it off, but yeah, it's
That's-
pretty much faster just to go through without it.
And that's why I was scrapped after Mega Man 4.
That's because
yeah,
they didn't put enough water in the game.
that too. So, like,
Next
one or
time,
two
flood the
stages-
game, please.
Well, there was
wait.
very little water in Mega Man 5, so that's fair enough.
There's little water in Mega Man games in general, except for probably 2, maybe. 2, right? Or am I thinking of something
I
else?
think there was only one water.
Oh, it was
only two
not
water
Bubble
stages
Man
in Mega Man
stage.
2.
Yeah, so maybe.
Wily
it
Stage
was-
3 and Bubble Man stage, yeah.
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 I still
Wily
prefer
Stage
Mega Man 2
is
as my favorite Mega Man one. That's just me.
It's always changing for me, that's for sure.
No, don't you say that in front of me, KK, please.
Yeah, let's not have a big rant going on here.
Right.
Say
You
that for Mega Man.
Please don't,
You rant.
please don't get me started
That's
on
okay,
the topic of
no.
how overrated Mega Man 2 is, please.
Well,
Oh,
save
no,
it, like,
no,
for
I
maybe a
understand.
future retrospected or something, because there's enough games in the series to do it.
I agree with you, it's overrated. I'm happily gonna agree with you. I just personally prefer it just because it's the first Mega Man game that I played. So, I totally understand where you're coming from. It's too much hype.
It was my first Mega Man game and it means nothing. Okay, I'm done.
That's no problem. Yeah, I love the fact though that there's so many different mans around.
It's too many
Like-
fans, man.
Men.
Oh
We've
man.
only at,
But they're
we've
all
only at,
women. No
we've
men.
only at most had 2 female robot masters if you count.
I know,
Centaur,
that's so-
if you count Centaur Man's manga appearance in which Centaur Man was female.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes,
Centaur Man is a
it
girl
is.
in one of the manga.
Isn't he?
What happened there?
Isn't he he/she intersex? I thought.
No, in said manga I'm talking about, it is actually a case of Centaur Man is a Centaur woman.
So, for the manga, they had to have a sex change. Okay, that
So
Came out of nowhere.
why is he still called Centaur Man?
We don't ask questions, we live with it.
Because Dr. Wily's stingy and doesn't like having women in his army. I don't even know.
It's technically not his Robot Master, you know.
Well, it's got the Dr. Wily model number on it, so there.
He's just too drunk.
Well, so did Dr. Lights.
he's too
No,
concerned about Guts Man. He didn't pay
Dr.
attention to the
Wily's
fact.
do on Dr. Wily's, not on Dr. Lights. Dr. Light built Dr. Lights, Dr. Wily built Dr. Wily's. Dr. Wily, Dr. Light, Wily, Wily.
I understood nothing.
Yeah, me neither, and I'm the one saying it.
All I got from that was it was a big tongue twist, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, probably the hardest Robot Master in the game.
Say Dr. Light 3 times fast.
Try doing this with a Buster-only perfect run. Holy crap, you're gonna be here for hours.
I did it in
Yeah.
a Buster run, but I didn't do it perfect.
It's
Well,
really, it's
right.
just as quick, man. He's very unpredictable. He's just so sporadic.
yeah.
God
Grant,
darn it,
fine.
slow down, stop.
First,
NES game.
I don't care.
Original states.
At least we don't have to use save states.
You see, I'm being official here, yeah.
If you're playing this on the 3DS, probably. Which, by the way, when is 3 going to be released on the 3DS? 2 just came out,
I
so...
have no
They're
idea.
working on the Wii U stuff. I don't think they're gonna focus on that Virtual Console for a while. Whenever they focus on one, they don't focus on the
Well,
rest.
Capcom made it official that they were releasing all 6 of the NES games on there, but in that case, why is it 6 on the Wii's Virtual Console yet?
because lazy.
Because cheese.
Because Capcom, that's why.
Because cheese.
Because cheese and Capcom. How about that? We'll combine the two. Capcom is cheesy.
Yes.
Cheesecom.
Yep.
Oh god.
Cap cheese. I bust a cap in your cheese. What? I don't even know what I'm saying.
Oh, that was bad. That was bad.
I bust a cap in your cheese.